A Death at Sea by Francis Adams. Dead in the sheep pen he lies, wrapped in an old brown sail, a smiling blue sea in the skies now not sorrow nor wail. Dragged up out of the hold, dead on his last way home, worn out a wizen at the chimney old, oh he is safe at home. Brother, I stand not as we, staring upon you here, one of earth's patient toilers at peace I see, I reverie. In the warm cloudy night we go from the motionless ship, our lanterns feeble glow, our oars drop and drip. We land on the thin pale beach, the coral isles around us, like a light of driven sand we reach, our burial grounds found us. Where we dig him a grave, resting, we know not his name, what heeds he who is resting, would I were the same? Come away, it is over and done. Peace, and he shall not sever by moonlight or light of the sun, for ever and ever. Sleep in the pure driven sand, no one will know, in the coral isle by the land, where the blue tides come and go. Alive forward, poor, despised, that thou canst have what mightest monarchs have prized, an eternal grave. Alone with the lovely isles, with the lovely deep, where the sea winds sing and the sunlight smiles, thou liest asleep. A Mohammedan ship Fireman by Francis Adams. Up from the oven pit, the hell the poor man toil, at the sunset hour he comes, clean-clothed, washed from soil, on the fossil's head he kneels, his face to the hollowed west, he prays, and bows and prays. Does he pray for death and rest? A story by Francis Adams. Do you want to hear a story with a noble praise and glory of a man who loved the right like heaven and loved the wrong like hell? Then that story let me tell you, once again, about all, as well you know as I, a splendid story of a man we called Parnell. The wayside of the nations, lashed with whips and execrations, helpless, hopeless, bleeding, dying, she the maiden nation lay. The burden of dishonour waited so grievously upon her, that the very children hid their eyes and crept in shame away. And there she was lying, helpless, hopeless, bleeding, dying, all her high-born foes come round there, fleeing, jeering, as they said, what is freedom for and won for? She's down, she's dead, and done for. And her weeping children shuddered as they crouched and whispered, dead. When suddenly upstarting, all that throng before him parting, see, a man, the firm step breaking through, you sentinel not with gifts, as by some dear lost sister he knelt down and softly kissed her, he raised his pale proud face and cried, she's not dead, she lives. Oh, she lives, I say, and I hear, I'm come to fight and die here, for the love my heart has for her like a snow-consuming fire. For the love of her low-lying, for the hatred deep undying, of her robber lords, who struck and stepped and trod her in the mire. Then upon that cry bewildering, some of them my hapless children, their hearts there leapt up hope like light when night gives birth to day, and, as mocks and threats defied him, one by one they came beside him, till they stood, a band of heroes, sombre, desperate at bay. A battle that they fought there, and with the truth they fought there, they were blinded sister nations, suffering grievously all the wrong and rapine past hers, of the lords and the taskmakers, is not this the latter hope of all as night gives birth to day? For the lords and liars are quaking at the people's stern awaking from their slumber of the ages, and the people slowly rise, and with hands locked tight together, one in heart and soul forever, watch the sun of light and liberty leap up into the skies. That's a story with noble praise and glory, of men who love the right like heaven and love the wrong like hell, of calm, proud exultation, where they stand at last a nation, island, that is one name with the name of Charles Parnell. A Street Fight by Francis Adams. Sir, we proved your curling lip and nose, at his whale's side, these men, these women are brute beasts, oh no, sir, but that you are right? Pendlers and harlots, rouges and thieves and worse, we are a crew whose pitiful plunder is honoured in the purse of gentlemen like you, whom holy competitions taught like us, or the wine is mine, how we must love you who have made us thus, you may perhaps divine. A Visitor in the Camp by Francis Adams. What, are you lost, you pretty little lady? There's no place for such sweet a thing as you. Our bodies rank with sweat will make you sicken, you observe, our lives are rank lives too. No, I am not lost, oh no, I have come here and I have brought my lute sea in my hand, to see you and to sing of all you suffer to the great world and make it understood. Well, say, if one of those who dropped your thousands, dropped your sixpence in the gutter where you lay and rotted, would you call her angel for all her charming smile and dainty air? Oh no, I come not thus, oh no, I have come here with heart indignant pity like a flame, to try and help you. Pretty lady, it will be best you go back whence you came. Enthusiasms we have such little time for, in a rude camp we drill the whole day long. You turn from out for serious battle, come you listen to your pretty song. Algernon, Charles Swinburne by Francis Adams. Shrieks out of smoke, a flame of dung-straw fire, where it is not quenched but half for only fruit, what drives and dies not in its rotten root. Two things made flesh, the visible desire to match and filth the skunk, the ape and ire, mounting before the mirrors with wild foot, beyond all feeble footprint of pursuit, a perfect twang of a Chinese lyre. A heart with generous virtues run to seed, and vices making all a jumbled creed. A soul that knows not love, nor trust, nor shame, but cuts itself with knives to ball and bleed. A vow we've known of late, art still the same, would need, O soul, to sign with thy name. Once on thy lips the golden honey bees, settling made sweet the heart that was not strong, and sky and earth and sea swooned into song. Once on thine eyes the light of agonies flashed through the soul and robbed the days of ease. But tunes turn stale, then love turns babe, and long the exit gentlemen grow fat with wrong, and passion's workmen beggars, what are we's? Or you who sang the Italian smoke above, mudlark of freedom, pipe with a wild band, whose envy slays the tyrant, and not love of these poor souls, none have a keeping of, it is your hand, it is your pen the hand, smites the bruised mouth of Pelial Ireland. Anarchism by Francis Adams. 'Tis not when I am here in these homeless homes, where sin and shame and disease and full death comes. 'Tis not when heart and brain would be still and forget man and woman and children dragged down to the pit. Then I hear them declaiming of liberty, order, and law, a husk-hearted gentleman, the mud-hearted bushes, which is all my hateful desire burns up slow in my breast, to wreck the great guilty temple, give us rest. Art by Francis Adams. Yes, let art go, if it must be, but with it men must starve, if music, painting, poetry spring from the wasted hearth. Pluck out the flower, however fair, whose beauty cannot bloom, ever sweet it be or rare, save from a noisome tomb. These social manners charm and ease are hideous, who knows the degradation, the disease from which their beauty flows. So poet must thy singing be, or painter, so thy scene, musician, so thy melody, while misery is queen. Nay, brothers, sing us battle songs with clear and ringing rhyme. Nay, show the world its hateful wrongs, and bring the better time. Australia by Francis Adams. I see a land of desperate droughts and floods. I see a land where need keeps spreading around, and all but giant perish in distress. I see a land where more and more and more the demons of and wealth go blowth and strong. I see a land that lies a helpless prey to wealthy cliches and gamblers and their slaves, where hucksters, politicians, a poor land with less and less can make a hard-wished law. Yeah, but I see a land where some few brave raise clear eyes to the struggle that must come, reaching firm hands to draw the dopesters in, preaching the gospel, drill and drill and drill. Yeah, but I see a land where best of all, the harp of victory burns strong and bright. Axiom by Francis Adams. Let him who toils enjoy fruit of his toiling, let him who sweats annoy no more be spoiling. For we would have it be that, weak or stronger, not he who works, but he who works not hunger. Belgravia by Night by Francis Adams. Move on, the fox, the fowls, the birds of the air have nests. Where shall the heats of the sons of men be laid, be laid? Where the cold corpse rests, where the sightless mow its bow and yet cannot make it afraid, road but cannot wake it again, where shall the heads of the sons of men be laid, be laid? Dai Butsu by Francis Adams. He sits upon the kingly head doth rest, round by the wimple and the heavy rings, touch on the shoulders where the swallow clinch. The downward garment shows the ambitious breast, that face one scarce can look on, lest one learn the secret of unspeakable things. But dread gaze descants with shudderings to the well-couched knees, the hands and thumbs close pressed. Or let the downcast eyes that bear the weight of all our woes and terrible wrongs increase, proud nostrils, lips prouder perfecter than these, and for the soul within you do you wait, disdain and pity, love late born of hate, passion eternal, patience, pride and peace. Dedication to his love, Francis Adams. Sweetest, in desperate hours of clouds and lightning and rain, you come like a vision of flowers and summer and song once again. You came and I could not receive you, seared in my flesh and my sight. Hasty turned back to leave you, we passed on into the night. Heart, soul and all, sweet and never to sever, love me forever. Dearest, in hours of twilight, tell the silent and lone, the light, long sought for as my light, and found, forever seemed gone, and the hope of the love dream of boyhood, past sad with unknowing rebuff, with your passionate patience and joyhood you came, O my priestess of love. Heart, soul and all, dear, never to sever, love me forever. With your lips to mine deftly reposing, you kissed back the blood and the sighs. You lit up my tired eyes and closing with the light of your beautiful eyes. You had me close pressed to your bosom, your heart to my heart, beating strong, When eyes put your life like a blossom, put my love on your lips like a song. Heart, soul and all, sweet, never to sever, love me forever. Dearest of my heart-blood's avenger, hail you queen and of me. Sweetest, I will wear you archangel, of a better time which will be. So to these songs for my love's sake, as priestess of love must you stand, and for the great truth for both sake, God's self with his sword in your hand. Heart, soul and all, dear, never to sever, love me forever. Defeat by Francis Adams. Who is it speaks of defeat? I tell you a cause like ours is greater than defeat can know. It is the power of powers. As surely as the earth rolls round, as surely as the glorious sun brings a great world sea wave, must our cause be won. What is defeat to us? Learn what a skirmish tells, while the great army marches on to storm earth's hells. Dirge by Francis Adams. A little soldier of the army of the night, a billion without a word. No appeal to death, only the call of a bird, only the blind spring's breath. Nature slays 10, yet the one reaches but to a part. What's to be done, to be sung? Keep your proud heart, let us not close the waste with lies and dreams. Fawn on a wanton haze, say it but seems. Comrades, with faces unstirred, scorning grief's dole, for with him lies interred our heart and soul, barren without a word. No appeal to death, only the call of a bird with the blind spring's breath. Drill by Francis Adams. When day's hard tasks done, eve's scant meal partaken, out we steal each one, veryless unshaken, in small reeking squatters, garbage plots we gather, little knots and pairs, brother, sister, father. And the word is given, in their silent places and the lowering heaven range our stern set faces. Now we march and wheel in our clumsy line, shouldering sticks for steel, for it's bitter as brine. Drill, drill, drill and drill. It is only thus conquer, yet we will, those who've conquered us. Patience to smothers, we must not forget, foiled their fathers' brothers. We must teach us yet, but hour we see the hour of our desire. What shall the slayers be, as the stubble to the fire? Elsie, by Francis Adams. Little elfin maid, old, for scarce 2 years, with your big dark hazel eyes, tender than tears, in your rosebud mouth, lisping jocund things, breaking brooding silence with wistful questionings. Like a flower you grew, where life's bright sun shone. Does a greedy spendthrift earth hate the flower is gone? Now but love's fond keen, that gropes through death's dark ways, almost seems to hear your voice, seems to see your face. England, by Francis Adams. Where I go and withstands east, sunshine or shade, I reach at the wilderness feast that England has made, and my shame cannot understand, as corn springs elate, ever loved that land, I loathed and hate. England, in a camp, by Francis Adams. This is a leader's tent, who gathers here, enter and see and listen. On the ground men sit or stand, enter or disappear, dark faces and deep voices all around. One answers you ask who gathers here? Companions, generals we have none, not chief, what need is there? The plan is also clear, the future's hope, the present's grim relief. Food for us all, and clothes and roofs come first. The means to gain them, this our leagued band. The hatred of the robber rich accursed keeps foes together, makes fools understand. Beyond the present's fate, the future's hope points to the dawning hour when all shall be but one. The man condemned shall fit a rope around the hangman's neck, and both be free. The sun will rise on a happier land, where wealth and labor sound but as one word. We drill, we train, we arm our leaguerate band. What is there more to tell you have not heard? This is a leader's tent. They gather here, resolute, stern, menacing. On the ground we sit or stand, enter or disappear, dark faces and deep voices all around. Father Abe, by Francis Adams. Oh, we knew so well, dear father, when we answered to your call, and the sophomore stricken shock and tottered to us fall. Oh, we knew so well you loved us, and our hearts beat back to yours with a rapturous adoration which through all the years endures. Mothers, sisters, bade us husbands, sweethearts, wives with babe at breast, for the union, faith and freedom for a hero of the West. And wrung forth victory, blood-stained, for the desperate hands of crime, and our cause blazed on man's beacon through the endless future time. And forgiven for every bade his keys that envy, hatred, strife, as he willed our murdered father that had sealed his love of life. Oh, dear father, was it thus when, did we wish but in a dream? Is it real, this hideous present? Does our suffering only seem? Bend and listen, look and tell us, are we joyless toilers we, slaves more wretched, patient, piteous than the slaves we fought are free? Are we weak worn girls and women, those whose mothers yet can tell how they kissed and clasped men godlike, with fierce faces fronting hell? Bend and listen, look and tell us, is the silence waste, possessed by blowed thieves and their taskmasters, thy free, thy fair, thy fearless West? Are these eastern mobs of wake slaves? Are these cringing debauchees, sons of those who slung their rifles, shock the old flag to the breeze? Greek Lyrics by Francis Adams. Words as clear as are the dawn sky rifts between the still cloud layers, and eke as sweet as violets are, looking through crystal dew, such melody as birds may have, that sing the morning notes, where peace and joy are mingled all, and the thought is still. O words, ye come to me, a toiler here, with life blood hurrying through imperiled veins. Ye come as from heaven, a heaven on earth, when, I know not when, ye were mine too. Ah me, clear words, sweet words, melodious, to long an unknown tongue are ye to me, a tongue unknown to long for peace and joy. A heaven on earth, but ever earth on heaven I pile and dwindle piling. Pass away, for I can linger not, nor ease my toil. Away and leave me with a dreadful night, or the sadness of the voiceless stars. Happy Valley by Francis Adams. There's a valley green where it lies, with hills the summer's bower. The many-colored butterflies flutter from flower to flower. And round one lush green side of it in gardened homes are laid, with grief and care compassionate, the people of the dead. Where on the voicing summer day they sing the happy rills, the noisy sound awakes away the echo of the hills. Her Poem by Francis Adams. Baby girl that was born and died on the same day. If I turn out I see them still, the unused clothes and empty cot. Oh glad my love has missed the ill that falls to woman's lot. A tangled password to treat through the coming changeful years. No desperate weird to tree and dread, no bitter lonely tears. No woman's piercing crown of thorns to press my aching baby's brow. No starless nights, no sunless morn will ever greet to know. The clothes that I had wrought with care, for very hours for love's sweet sake, are laid aside, and with a fair heart that seemed to break. In an East End Hovel by Francis Adams. Men of despair and death, bought and slaved from the gangs, starved and stripped and left to the pitiful, pitiless night. Away with your selfish thoughts. Touch not your ignorant life. Are we no masters of slaves, jeering, cynical strong? Are we no brigands, save the words of Christ on the lips, and the daggers under the clothes? Is there not one of these that you can steal on and kill? Or is the Swiss mountaineer dodged on the perilous heights, his disciplined conqueror's foes, caught up one in his arms, and, laughing excitedly, plunged with him to the abyss? So let it be with you, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth, and a life for a life. Tell it, this hateful, strong, contemptuous, hypocrite world, tell it that if we must live as dogs and as worse than dogs, at least we can die like men. Tell it there's a woe not for the conquered alone, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth, and a life for a life. In the Pit by Francis Adams. This is the steamer's pit, the ovens like dragons of fire, glare through their close-lidded eyes with restless hungry desire. Down from the tropic night rushes the funeral air, our heads expand and fall in, our hearts thump huge as despair. 'Tis we make the bright hot blood of this throbbing animated thing, lives no less the fuel than the coal we shovel and fling. And lest of which we be proud or anything but meek, we are well cursed and paid 10 shillings a week. Round, round, round in its tunnel, the shaft turns pitiless strong. The lost souls cry out in the darkness, how long, O Lord, how long? In the Sea Gardens by Francis Adams. Yonder the band is playing and the fine young people walk. They are envying each other and talking their pretty empty talk. There in the shade on the outskirts, stretched on the grass I see a man with a slouch hat smoking. That is the man for me. That is the man of a nation. He works and much endures, without rest or shortly, and rises and cuts and cures. He's a soldier of the Crimea, fighting to honor fools. He's a grappler and stranger of Lee, lord of the tribal tools. He's in all the conquered nations, that have won their own at last, then all that yet shall win it, and the world by him goes past. A strong sly world, that is nameless still, much enduring man, is the hand of God that shall clutch you for all you have done or can. In the Street by Francis Adams. Lord Shaftesbury, you have done well, we say it. You are dead, and of a man that with the right hand takes less than the left hand gives, let it be said, he has done something for our wretched sakes. For those to whom you gave a daily bread, rancid of God-loved charity, we drink purely with man-loved sin. We bow our head, grateful, as the great hearse goes by, and think. Yes, you have fed the flesh and starved the soul of thousands of us. You have taught the well, the rich, our little gods beyond control, save of your big God of a heaven and hell. We thank you. This was pretty once and white. Now it was rather thin, my lord, good night. Ireland by Francis Adams. We have loved you through cold and rain and pitiless frost, consuming our offering of blood and praying gladly again and again and again, when all seemed lost. Ireland, Ireland. I will fight on for you till your anguish is past, the wronged ones righted return still. For God has not saved you, yet we will, at the last, Ireland, Ireland. I will love you in warmth and light, and the happy day when we have forgotten the terrible night, standing proud and beautiful, bright forever, and Ireland, Ireland. Labour Capital Land by Francis Adams. In the rich archipelago of sea, the fiery hills, thick woods wane the miles, browses along the trees, and godlike men leave monuments of speech too large for us, where strange forest trees. Far up their roots spread from the central trunk and settle down deep in the life-fed earth, 70 feet below. In the past days here grew another tree, on whose high fork the parasitic seed fell and sprang up, and finding life and strength in the disease, decrepitude and death of that it fed on, utterly consumed it, and stands a monument of nature's crime. So labour with his parasites, the two great swollen robbers, land and capital, stands to the gaze of man, but as a heap of rotted dust, whose only use must be to reach the roots of the proud stem that killed it. Liberty by Francis Adams. Liberty! Is this a cry then? We've heard it oft of yore. Once it had, we think, a meaning. It is yet now no more. We have read what history tells us of its heroes, mavericks too. Doubtless they were very splendid, they are not for me and you. They were Greeks who fought and perished, won from Persian deathless graves. Had we lived when we were aware that, we'd have been those same Greek slaves. When a Roman came who loved us, Caesar gave him tons and swords, crying liberty, they fought him, Cato and his wild beast lords. When it gave a broader franchise, life among nations bowed, crying liberty, they killed him, Brutus and his cutthroat crowed. We have read what history tells us, of a truthful memory clinches, Tacticus the chartered liar, gloating over poisoned kings. Liberty, the stale cry echoes, past smoke homestead hints and thrones, over smoking fields and hovels, murdered passions bleaching bones. It's a cry that mocked us madly, toiling in our living graves, when Helmians send up the chorus, Britons never shall be slaves. Liberty, we care not for it. What we care for is food, clothes, homes, for our dear ones, toiling, waiting for the time that never comes. London, by Francis Adams. Cruel city, London, London, where duped slaves of devil's creed, men and women desperate, undone, dream such dreams and do such deeds. London, London, cruel city, by day serpent, by night vampire. God, in thy great pity, pity, give us light, though it be fire. Lord Leitrim by Francis Adams. Brute beast, at last you have it. Now we know truth's not a phrase, just's an idle show. Your life ran red with murder, green with lust. Blood has washed blood clean, and in the final dust your carrion will be purified. Yet see, for your body perish, for your soul shall be an immortality of infamy. Love and Death by Francis Adams. Death, is it death you give? So be it, O death. Thou hast been long my friend, and now thy pale, cool cheek shall have my kiss. A faint breath expires on thy still lips, O lovely death. Come then, loose hands, fair life, without a veil. We've had good hours together, since you were sweet, for time love whispered with the nightingale, wherever your music by the larks would fail. Come then, loose hands, our lover time is done, and also marriage with the eternal sun. We are as a few that rest, are few and fleet. Goodbye, the game is lost, the game is won. New Guinea by Francis Adams. I saw them as they were born, erect and fearless and free, facing the sun and the wind of the hills and the sea. Saw them naked, superb like the Greeks long ago, of shield and spear and arrow ready to strike and throw. Saw them as they were made by the Christianizing crows, blinking stupid clumsy in their greasy ill-cut clothes. I heard their gibbering cant, and they sung those hymns that smell of poor souls besotted, degraded with fear of God and hell. And I thought if Jesus could see them, he who loved the freedom, the light, and loved those who compassed heaven and earth for one proselyte, to make him, etc., etc., then the sight, as on me or you, would act on him like an emetic, and he'd have to go off and spew. O Jesus, the man of the people, who died to abolish all this, the brazier, rank and respectable, of the scrib and the scrubber's priest. O Jesus, O sacred socialist, you would die again of shame, you were alive and could see what things are done in your name. Outside London by Francis Adams. On a black night along the mud-deep roads, amid the threatening bows and ghastly streams, hark! Sounds that gather darknesses like goats, murmurs and rumors and reverent dreams, tremblings, breaths, movements, and little light, the marching of the army of the night. The stricken man, the mad brute beasts are keeping no more the places and the ditches or holes, but rise and join us, and the woman weeping beside the roadways rise like demon souls, fill up the rings, that shimmers were so bright, the bayonets of the army of the night. Fill up the ranks, we march in steadfast column, and roaring lines yet forming more and more. Man, woman, children, sombre, silent, solemn, rank follows rank, like billows to the shore. Downwards we tramp, towards the day and light, on and up the army of the night. Parallels for the Pious by Francis Adams. He holds a pistol to my head, swearing he will shoot me dead, if he have not my purse instead, the robber. He with the lash of wealth and power flocks out my heart and flings the door, the sneering pittance of his hour, the robber. He shakes his serpentine with lies, with trust for poisons of his trees, and stabs me in the dark and flees, the assassin. He pits me in the dreadful flight against my fellow, then he quite strips both his victims in the night, the assassin. Mortem by Francis Adams. Bury me with clenched hands and eyes open wide, for in storm and struggle I lived, and in struggle and storm I died. Prayer by Francis Adams. This is what I pray in this horrible day, in this terrible night, with still of light, such as I have had, that I got not mad. This is what I seek, I may keep me meek, till mine eyes behold, till my lips have told all this hellish crime, when it's sleeping time. Song of the Dispossessed by Francis Adams. Be with us by day, by night, or lover or friend. Hold before us the light unto the end. See all these children of ours, starved and ill-clad. Speak to their hearts lily flowers, and make them glad. Our wives and daughters are here, knowing wrong and shame's touch. Bid them be of good cheer, who have loved much. And we are robbed and oppressed, even as mine were. Tell us of comfort and rest, banish despair. Be with us by day, by night, or lover or friend. Hold before us the light unto the end. The Answer by Francis Adams. Men and boys, or fathers, brothers, burst these fetters around your bone. Women, sisters, wives and mothers, lift your faces from the ground. Our democracy, our people, east and west and north and south, rise together, one forever, strike with crime upon the mouth. Bid them not, the men who loved you, those who fought for you and died, scorn you that you broke your small crime, left the great crime pass in pride. England, France, the played out countries, let them reek in their stew, let their past not of the present, but the future is with you. O America, O firstborn of the age that yet shall be, where all men shall be as one man, noble, faithful, fearless, free. O America, O paramour of a fool slave owner pelf, you saved from slavery others, now from slavery save yourself. Save yourself. For anger shaken, you cry out and bow your head, crying, why am I forsaken? Crying, it is finished. Save yourself, now God will save you, not one angel can he give. They and he are dead and vanished, and 'tis you must live. Rise again, fire-tried, victorious from the grave of crime downhurled, peerless, pure, serene and glorious, wield the sceptre of the world. The Australian Flag by Francis Adams. Pure blue flag of heaven with your silver stars, not beside those crosses, blood-stained torture bars, not beside the token the fool sea harlot gave. Pure blue flag of heaven must you ever wave. Now but a young exultant, free from care and crime, the soulless selfish England of his later time. Now but faithful noble, rising from the grave, flag of light and liberty, forever must you wave. The Fisherman by Francis Adams. In the dark waveless sea, deep blue under deep blue, the fisher drifts by on the tide, and his small pole-balanced canoe. Above him the cloud-clapped hills crown the dense jungle sweeps, the cocoa-nut groves hedge-round, and the hut where the beach-wave sleeps. Is it not better so to be as the savage is, than the life a wage slave's life of hopeless agonies? The Man of a Nation by Francis Adams. Yonder the band is playing, and the fine young people walk. They are envying each other and talking their pretty empty talk. There in the shade of the outskirts, stretched on the grass, I see a man with a slouch hat, smoking. That is the man for me. That is the man of a nation. He works and much endures, when all the rest is rotten. He rises and cuts and cures. He is a soldier of the Crimea, fighting to honor fools. He is a grappler and stranger of lee-lords of the terrible tools. He is in all the conquered nations, where they have won their own at last, and in all that yet shall win it. The world by him goes past. How strong, sly world, this nameless still, much enduring man, is the hand of God that shall clutch you, for all you have done or can. The Outcasts by Francis Adams. Here to the parks they come, the scourings of the town, like very wounded animals, seeking where to lie them down. Brothers, let us take together an easy full period. There is worse than to be as we are, cast out, not of man, but of God. The Truth by Francis Adams. Come then, let us at least know what's the truth. Let us not blink our eyes and say we did not understand. Old age or youth, be numbed or sense or stole or sighed away. It is a lie, just that, a lie, to declare that wages are the worth of work. Now they are what the employer wills to spare, to let the employee shears their wage and shriek. They are the life battalions competition leaves, the least of which rebels lay brother. He who the fruits of his hell strife receives, he is a thief, an assassin, and no other. It is a lie, just that, a lie, to declare that rents the interest on just gains, rents the thumbscrew that makes the worker share, with him who worked not to produce of his pains. Whence the wise takes the human tapeworm nose, the fatty takes the leafling leaves. The holy landlord is, as we suppose, just this, the model of assassin thieves. What is the trick the rich man then contrives? How blame our lords for brilliant roads? They live on the plunder of our toiling lives, the degradation of our bodies and souls. To Adam Lindsay Gordon by Francis Adams. A night-long days and annals, where old times and nights are one, where life and death sing pans, as of Greeks and Galileans, never begun nor done, where fate with slow swooping condor comes glooming o'er the sky. As you have pondered, I ponder, as you have wondered, I wonder, as you have died, shall I die? To an Artist by Francis Adams. You tell me these great lords have raised up art, say they have degraded it. Look you, whenever did they let the poet sing, the painter paint, the sculptor human cast, the muse raise a heavenly voice, except to praise when the wretched ruler of man? We all to English poets, poor, since these great lords are rich and held the state. We all the glories of a German land, poets, musicians, driven like them to death, unless they tune with spirits harps to play, drawing room pieces for the chattering fools, or have the taste for art or for a lyre. I say no art was ever noble yet, noble and high, the speech of godlike man, and fat as bounded, be they gold or flowers. All that is noblest, highest, greatest, best, comes from the Galilean passion's heart, comes from the Stratford village, the Assyrian plough, the shop that gave us Chaucer, humble Milton straight, Bach's, Mozart's, great Beethoven's, and these are they who knew the people, being what they knew. Wherefore, if in the future years strain a picture of earth's glory like toward your artist raised, for what's more click of his of supercilious imbecilities, oh, if no better demigods of art can rise, save those whose barbarous tinsel yet makes hideous all the beauty of old homes, then it'll seek the comforts of despair and democratic efforts dead and gone. Read the fear in Athens, seek now with Raphael's Florence, beat the head and breast o'er Shakespeare's England that from Milton's took, and lips the name that leaped from lead and flame, from out the heart against the Spanish guns. To an Old Friend in England by Francis Adams. Was it for nothing in the years gone by, O my love, O my friend, you filled with your noble worth of faith? Hope beyond life and love beyond death, yet now I shudder, and yet you did not die, O my friend, O my love. Was it for nothing in the dear dead years, O my love, O my friend, I kissed you when you wrung my heart for me and gave my stubborn hand that trust might be? Yet then I smiled, and see these bitter tears, O my friend, O my love. No bitter words to say to you have I, O my love, O my friend. That faith, that hope, that love was mine, not yours, and yet that kiss, that clasp and yours and yours. I have no bitter words to say, goodbye, O my friend, O my love. To Charles Parnell by Francis Adams. One thing we praise you for with this past praise, the dawnless eyes that faced the rain and night, the hand never buried in the fight, till through the dark's despair, the dawn's delays, it rose, at vision of forgotten days, a island, a nation in a right and might. As fearless of the lightning as the light, freedom, the noontide, the sun that shines and stays. How brave, how pure, a hater of a wrong, wronged is as one with England's name, turning with cant of liberty and shame, with boast of rightness. To you belong trust, for the hate that blinds our foes like flame, love of the hope that makes our hearts so strong. To his love, by Francis Adams. Teach me, love, to be true, teach me, love, to love, teach me to be pure like you, it will be more than enough. In days to come, give me my servant too, a son nobler than I, a daughter true like you, a son to battle the wrong, to seek and strive for the right, a beautiful daughter of song to point us on to the light. To India, by Francis Adams. O India, India, O my lovely land, let your sweet throat for greedy English snake, the fangs and lips that suck and never slake, clinch, while round we, band by stifling band, the loathsome shape twist, changing foot and hand. Or from with death, swoon must one ever wake, from limbs and franchise these foul fetters to shake, and proud among the nations to rise and stand. Nay, but thine eyes wherein there stays the patience of that august faith that scorns the tinsel creed of Christ, dream still and gaze, where, not within the timeless east and haze, the haunt of the wan moon the fading haunts, where breaks the first of Himalayan morns. To Japan, by Francis Adams. Simple you were and good, no kindly heart beat within the heart within your gentle breast. Labor you had, and happiness and rest, and the maid of nations. Now you start a feverish life, feeling the poisonous smart upon your lips of hearted lips close pressed, the lips of her who stands among the rest of greasy rite, soul and rotten heart. Or sunrise land, or land of gentleness, or madness drives you to lust's hateful bed, of thrice accursed England wretchedness, thither be on you of whom 'tis said, prostitute plague struck, that you catch and kiss innocent lives to make them fully dead. To Karl Marx, by Francis Adams. Not for the thought that burns so keen and clear, heat that the heat is turned from red to white, the passion of a lone remembering night, one with the patience they must see and hear, not for the shafts the lying foam and fear, shot from the soul's intense self-centering light, but for the heart of love divine and bright, we praise you, worker, thinker, poet, seer, man of the people, faithful in all parts, a rain's last drop, the brain's last flickering dole, you on whose forehead beams the rule that hope and certain hope alone imparts. Us have you given your perfect heart and soul, wherefore receive as yours our souls and hearts. To Sydney Jephcott, by Francis Adams. If a copy of my poetical works, take it from my heart friend this, the labour of my past, the heart here hidden is in the soul's eternity sought the present fast. Take it still with soul and heart, pledge of a dear day when the shadows turn start, but the bright sun burst apart, young Australia. To the Emperor William I, by Francis Adams. You are at least a man of men, a king, you have a heart, and with that heart you love. Whereas you come from is not gentle of a filthy stee, whose latest litter clinched round England's flesh pots, gorged hogs gluttony. No, but on flaming battlefields, and courts of honour and of danger old resorts, the name of Hohenzollern cleared of ring. Of Father William, you not falsely weak, who never speared rot to spoil the child. Our mighty German may only speak to bless you with a blessing sweet and mild, or that near heaven your very footsteps seek, where love of liberty is reconciled. To the girls of the Unions, by Francis Adams. Girls, we love you, and love asks you to give again, with which doors at above, beautiful without stain. Give us veriless faith, and our cause pure, passionate, dear than life and death. Dear as the love that's it. Give to the man who turns traitor's hands are forlorn, back from the plough that burns, give him pitiless scorn. Let him know that no wife would bear a fearless child, trade in low for life with leprous father defiled. Girls, we love you, and love asks you to give again, with which draws at above, beautiful without stain. To the Sons of Labour, by Francis Adams. Grave is deep in your hearts, forget not the tale of the past. Never, never believe that any will help you or can, saving only yourselves. What have the gentlemen done, peerless haters of wrong, Byrons and Shelleys, what? They stand great famous names, demigods to their own, shadows for off, alien to us and ours forever. Those who love them and hate the crime, the injustice they hated, what can they do but shout, win a name from our woes, and leave us just as we were? No, but resolutely turned, our wants, our desires made clear, and clear the means which will win them, drill and drill and drill. When the day is come, when royal battle flags up, when blood has been spilled in vain, and timid half-hearted war, when let the chrome world rise, the simple true-souled man, then let Grant come forth, the calm, the determined comrade, but deep in their hearts one hate, deep in their souls one thought, bring the iniquity low to make the people free. Of such as we with the same heart hate, with the same soul thought, and fall to our destined place in the ranks of a great new model, and the army which sees ahead, Marston, Nesby, Whitehall, the wilderness, Petersburg, yes, but beyond the blood and the smoke, beyond the struggle and death, the Union victorious, save the Commonwealth glorious free. Toil, by Francis Adams. I toil, as toils a jaded horse around the ever-changing, changeless track from sunrise on to sunset, till the melted grins the floor, my heart and soul is still, the ropes are loosed, and I may leave my course and silent, alone with the night, go back to misery and the cruel sleep whose breasts bitter to suck give poisoned milk. And this is my life, and everything attests, hellish fleshless hand that holds me pitiless. Why you love, sir, by Francis Adams. You ask me if I love her as I love naught on earth, while put none above her for sorrow or for mirth, for there be others fairer, and spirit richer, rarer, if none will I compare her, who's to me all worth. Love for her beauty, her force, her fire, her youth, for kisses cold as duty, speak not love but ruth. A love for the treasure, for the rapturous pleasure, a love kissed without measure of passion and of truth, a love of firm possession of instincts fair and true, a hatred of oppression and all wrong men do, a fiery, unflawed beauty, a spirit's proud security, defying all futurity and fate and fortune too. Oh, my love, I love you, for where words faint and fall, something in you above you, some mystery magical, some spell that's past concealing, some influence past revealing, some deeper depth and feeling and life and death and all. William Wallace by Francis Adams. This is Scotch William Wallace. It was he who in dark hours first raised his face to see, watched the English turned nobles burn, steel-clad with iron hoofs the Scottish free. Or armed and drilled the simple footman kern, yea, bathed in blood and rude the proud king learn, his feudalism was dead in Scotland's stand, doubtless to wait the day of Bannockburn. O Wallace, peerless lover of the land, we need thee still, the moulding brain and hand. For us, my poor, again proud tyrants burn, a robber rich, a yet more hateful band.